Hello everyone, and we are here for another episode of the Wired for Success podcast. And today we are here, myself, Bejan Modivi, my colleague Steve Costello, and today, I think I've said today 3 times now. That tells you what kind of day it is. We are going to do a practical output of the session. So normally, you know that we kind of like discuss, we go back and forth, we share a little bit of tips. But today we were thinking that with the end of year festivities coming, and the fact that it's been almost a whole year we've been doing this podcast, I think more than a year we've been doing this podcast. We wanted to share more of practical tips that you can take on and you can go and use in your daily lives. So the subject of the day is managing challenges. Steve is going to do the first part. He's going to share some exercises, and then we'll come back at the end with me and we'll do more of a EFT tapping exercise. All right, Steve.
Brilliant. Thank you, Patience. Hi, everybody. So let's talk just for a minute about, we said practical, so it is going to be practical, but I just want to talk for a little minute about mind, body. The mind influences the body. The mind creates pain in the body sometimes. So sometimes we may have pain in our big toe on our right foot, but there's nothing wrong with the big toe in our right foot, because our body, our mind and body are talking to each other. The mind is telling the body something. It's coming out in pain in the big toe. I have no idea what that might mean, by the way. I was just using it as an example. I did share an example a short while ago with patients about knee pain. It's been researched an awful lot that knee pain relates to depression. So if you've got knee pain and it's not specific, it's not because of an injury, it's not because you have arthritis or something like that, you just got knee pain, nobody can explain it away, it's quite often related to depression. I'm not saying that we're all depressed, but it shows how powerful the connection is between mind and body. However, now that I've said that, I do need to say, if you have got a pain in your knee, get it checked out. Go and see a doctor, because it does need to be the start point. Okay, so let's think about, you're in a house full of people, you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, it's very busy, it's not very quiet. I know my house at Christmas time is not going to be quiet. We have a daughter from Australia and her husband, son from the other end of France, and blah, 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 blah. The house is going to be busy. It's going to be noisy. There's not going to be many opportunities to take time out to leave the noise, not without leaving the house. And that can be misconstrued sometimes, can't it? You know, oh, I'm getting out of here. I need some peace and quiet. I'm leaving the house. Why has he gone out? Why has he left the house? Does he not want to be with us? You know, there's all sort of things that can come up because of this. So what can we do? Well, first of all, sometimes think about it, mind, body again. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling hemmed in, you may feel that you've got a stiff neck. Your arms and shoulders may feel stiff, your fingers. You may notice something. So let's start by noticing what's going on in our body. I've got a cold right now, so I'm sorry if I have to keep keep stopping. So let's notice the body. Just focus on your breathing for a moment. Breathe in through the nose. Let's say a count of 4 seconds. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for the same count, 2, 3, 4. And then gently push the breath out through your mouth for the same count, 4 seconds. Now, 4 seconds might not work for you. Your count might be 3, it might be 5. So find out what is your comfort zone and stick inside that comfort zone. So we're just focusing on the breathing, nothing more. Notice any discomforts in your body. How's my body feeling right now? You can ask yourself that question. You can say it out loud if you want to. How is my body feeling right now? What do I notice? I notice at the moment in my right foot, I can feel some tingling. But I know that's because a rock hit me when I was on my mountain bike and I've got a big bruise on one of my toes. So that's why there's tingling going on down there. So I know what that can be attributed to. But have you got any discomforts that you're not aware of? Or why they're there? What are they? What's going on? Just notice. Don't judge. Notice. Now keep the breathing going in for the same count of the hold and the out. Keep that breathing going. And then imagine that you're breathing in through the pain location, the discomfort location. So let's say you've got a stiff neck. So imagine that you're breathing in through that pain, holding the breath, and then gently breathing out through that pain. You've got to practice this. It takes time. It's not a 5-minute thing. So we're breathing in through the pain or discomfort, holding the breath, and then breathing out through the pain or discomfort. And keep repeating. I would suggest that you do an exercise like this, maybe 10 times a day. It takes a couple of minutes, that's all. It's not a long exercise. Each time you do it, it gets better. I was taught this exercise by a physiotherapist when I had a fractured knee some years ago. And I still had a lot of pain after the fracture had healed. So he taught me how to breathe through the pain in my knee. And I thought, this is stupid. This is never going to work. But I honored him and kept practicing. Eventually, one day, I was so excited to go to the physiotherapist because I actually felt as though cool air was coming in through my knee and warmer air was going out through the knee on the out breath. And it worked every time. Felt the air going in, felt the air going out. And it's still today, I can do that with any part of my body because I practiced. So that's a great stress reliever. It's a great pain reliever. Think mind body. My mind is telling my body that something is going on. It might be that it might mean that I feel frustrated. It might mean that I feel as though I'm pushed into a corner. It might mean a whole host of things. Sometimes we need help to work out what they are. But quite often, it's the small things. But if we leave those small things to build up in terms of stresses in our body, what happens? Stress gets worse. Okay, patience.
Yeah, this was really good. I really enjoyed the breathing side, and I noticed that I had a bit of tension around my shoulders, and this is something that I'm sure the tension did not arrive as we were breathing, as we were doing the breathing exercise, but I feel like without doing those kind of like checking ins, or without doing those kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna stop for a bit and do a bit of this grounding here, I wouldn't have thought of my shoulders being tense. So what this brings really is the fact that you might be going on your day to day without realizing that actually you are feeling stressed or you're feeling challenged. And the idea is to be aware of where you feel challenged, and also telling your body, as Steve was saying, like it's the mind, the body kind of connection. It's like telling your body, I know what you're feeling and I'm here right now and everything is safe, and everything is safe. I am safe right here, right now, and we are taking a step to manage the situation. So I really enjoy this, Steve. All right. So I'm gonna do a quick EFT tapping. So what we'll do is we'll do like a little bit of a setup, and then after the setup, we'll do one round of tapping. So tapping, EFT tapping is emotional freedom technique, and this was developed by Gary Craig, where he kind of like brought in the acupressure side and he brought it the NLP side, where was combining tapping on certain points on our body and saying affirmations. It kind of like shifts the energy that is in your body, or the feeling, or the emotion that basically you are dealing with. So, as Steve already said, and as I mentioned before, coming to the end of the year, there's kind of this stressful atmosphere. So it's stressful positive and stressful negative. So positive as in everybody's like excited, and you're gonna have the family around, and that can also sometimes bring other issues. Because remember, as parents with teenagers might not want to comply with the plan and that you've set up. As a parent, you might have so many things that you need to plan, and you need to make sure that you keep abreast of, and this might in return create frustration, stress, challenges, overwhelm. So having this kind of little bit of thinking of, you know what, I'm gonna relax myself. I'm gonna take 5 minutes to tap on this challenge. So you can change the words that I'm gonna say to words that are gonna be more appropriate to yourself. Okay. In your circumstance. So we're going to start by taking a deep breath in and deep breath out. Another one. And deep breath out. And then we're going to take 2 fingers and we're going to start tapping on the karate chop point right here. And we're going to say a setup. So we're going to start with, even though I am facing this challenge, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can also change it to, even though I'm facing this challenge, I choose to recognize that it's only a little period of time in my day. And you repeat this for 3 times. So we're gonna do it. Even though I'm facing overwhelm, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm facing overwhelm, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm facing overwhelm, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then this challenge is stressing me out. I feel overwhelmed by all of this. I do acknowledge this is a challenge in my day. I understand it's okay to feel the way I do. And even though I have this challenge, I accept myself and I accept my feeling. And I choose to believe that there will be a positive outcome. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me here. And you tap here. And then deep breath and release. That's it. What I would encourage you to do, which I forgot to mention at the beginning, is that it would be nice to know where you are going, from where you're starting to where you are at the time. So, for example, if you're feeling really overwhelmed, is it like a 9? Is it a 5? Is it a 4? And then at the end of this setup, at the end of doing this tapping, you want to recheck with you and see, oh, how am I feeling right now? Is the overwhelm higher? Is it lower? And if it is higher, don't go like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. That's why it's higher. No, you're doing it right. But what you have to do is acknowledge all the feelings and emotions you are feeling. So if it goes back high, you'll go like, you know what, this is what it is. And then I'm tapping again until you get it really low, to a 2 if you have time, or to a 1 or 2 will be quite low, or even 0. But if you don't have time, I will advise you to still tap, but tap maybe on just the setup and on just the karate chop point, so that you can at least release that tension straight away and then move on to do other things. So that was me.
That's really cool. I can still feel a sensation in both shoulders, a little bit back from the front. It's a nice sensation. It's a really light sensation. It's kind of the best way to put it, low frequency buzzing. And it's really good. It's cool. It works. I'd urge everybody to try it. It is
Yeah.
very powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was us for today. Huh?
Yeah.
So we've been able to give you 2 exercises. What we urge you to do is to really take a practice to it. Don't try and put pressure on yourself. It needs to be perfect. There is no perfection here. Just do what you can. However, give it a go, because what Steve said at the beginning that I found was the same for me with EFT tapping, is that when I first started and using it, I thought, oh, that's rubbish. What is this tapping and stuff like that? But once I really took a time to give it a go, I started to realize that I was more calm. It was helping me to kind of regulate myself. So I think this is how we need to work with those exercises. All right. So we'll see you next week then. Oh no, Steve, you wanted to say something?
Did I?
No, I don't know.
No.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here. Remember that you can follow us, you can subscribe to the podcast, you can subscribe on the YouTube channel, and also you can also get in touch with us. All our details are in the comments. Don't hesitate. We are here for you, and we'll see you in a week's time.